I should come and yap to you people about designing with intelligence. We are not living in a time and in a world where AI is everywhere. Even the mosquito in our house is using AI these days, right? And one of the trends that we are seeing is that a lot of the ads or a lot of the outputs that we have are soulless. There was a tweet I was reading the other day, and somebody was saying, bring back fun marketing. And she was referencing the Mamadu Gudo Indomie advert of that year. And I realized that, hey, hold on. Even in design, we are having the exact same thing where we have like cookie cutter type of outputs where, it's just the regular stuff. Everybody's doing the same thing. Even in real estate, someone that does interior design also commented that the same thing is happening with interior design. The same thing is happening with construction and architecture. And if you notice, even when you want to paint your house, what's the color of your house, of your living room? Swear that it's not white. Exactly. Everybody's living room, my own is pink. And I don't even like pink, right? But I wanted personality in my house. My room is painted red, look like shrine. If you go there and you pray to Amadioa, if he answer you, right? Because the word is painted red. I wanted a little bit of personality. I wanted you to come into that room and say, oh, this feels like Adaeze, right? Bringing all of that back to design. Is it the same press? Okay. So there's a lot of English, but I'm just going to yap to you. Because what I'm doing today, just to give you an overview, is just to talk to you about my experience with using AI to create creative stuff. That was rhyme. Clap now. Now, wow. I also enter studio. I will blow very soon. Don't worry. So how I personally use AI, this is just me, talking about my own personal experience and also the experience of other people, because I know that there are developers and product designers and product managers and all of that here as well. So traditional design depends heavily on intuition and manual exploration. The English plenty, but what I'm just trying to say is that that time when I was in an agency and wanted to create stuff, even if it was a website, if it was a marketing design, we would gather together and we would say, okay, what does the client want? Is this one. What does the client do? Is this one. Okay, where is your own idea? Where is your own idea? That was us, like coming up with stuff raw from your head. Okay, what do you think? And then we bring those ideas together. Sometimes we join some of those ideas together, and then we create sketch, use Photoshop to create the final result, share with the client, they will reject it, and we'll come back to that drawing table, right? So that's like the way it usually went. So we'd have to come back and refine, right? So now that we have AI everywhere, how has that changed anything? Now, there's a lot more speed in the way we iterate. Somebody was telling me the other day that they expect that I'm able to provide 15 to 20 banners, that's design banners per day. I'm like, uncle, even if you put gun in my head, you get, and you want me to be creative with it. And that's because he and the rest of the world and their dog expects that by now, with the availability of all of these tools, everything is faster, right? There is a lot more speed. There's a lot more options. So you're not just creating one thing and saying, oh, I've arrived. You are creating multiple options for us to choose from. There's a lot more predictive insights. You get, your AI tools are now able to gather insights from different places and say, hey, this is what I think the future of AI is. This is what I think the future of design is. I was even asking ChatGPT the other day, okay, what do you think the 2026 design ecosystem is going to look like? I was trying to gather insights into what I can begin to invest in now. When I say invest, I will put my 2K that I have in my account and then make it 3K next year. Do you understand? So automation as well. There are a lot of repetitive tasks that we do that you can actually assign to AI. So we are in a world where the expectation is that we are automating a lot of these tasks and allowing us have space to do like core work. And then lastly, pattern recognition. Now, how has AI shifted design, both generally and for myself as well? Quickly, AI for ideation. producing brainstorm prompts. A problem that I have noticed generally about how people approach the use of AI in their work is that they're like, oh, I don't even know what to prompt. I was on a Twitter space the other day, and the guy was like, even when I want to use AI, I literally don't know what to type. Like, how do you begin to describe what you want to create? And although this is a communication issue, to be honest, like in real life, it's a communication issue that a lot of us have, that we don't know how to communicate. There's a culture of us not knowing how to communicate anymore. That's for you and your therapist. That's a separate conversation. So, so that's a separate conversation. But there's also, if you're not able to communicate, you're not able to describe. If I tell you to describe what you're wearing now, you'll be like, I wear black shirts, and like this one Kuna that is wearing gray sweatpants. And do you get? But there's a lot more to what you are wearing than just it being a black shirt. Who made the black shirt? Do you get? Like, what's the material that the black shirt is made of? How does it feel against your skin? That sort of thing. So when you type those kind of things into AI, the texture, the feel, the make, the size, all of those things, it's able to like be very particular about what it is generating for you. So one of the ways that I have been able to combat not being able to generate are you taking my picture? Oh, one of the ways that I've been, I'm so sorry, I get distracted easily. One of the ways that I've been able to combat not being able to generate prompts is to ask the AI to give me prompts. You're not here for free, sir. You're not paying rent. Like, give me the prompt I go use. So you could use the voice feature and say, hey, I'm creating an app that does XYZ ABCD. Generate a prompt I can use to create wireframes, a color palette or a color system, a typography system, ABCD, XYZ, whatever other checklist that you have. And it will generate the prompts for you. And then this is where the human part of you comes in, where you analyze the prompts that have been given and remove the parts that you don't need. Okay? Visual explorations, I think I've also mentioned that in what I've said. Suggesting color palettes, I've mentioned that as well. And providing references and mood boards. For brand designers, when they create, let's say you want to share something with a client and you have put together a mood board that is in green and yellow. How do you now, let's say you want to do another one that is brown and gray, for instance. How do you easily shift all the colors that were green and yellow into brown and gray? You can plug it into Gemini AI and say, this thing why I don't give you so bros. Change all the color green to gray, change all the color yellow to, or is it orange I said? I've forgotten. Choose one. So change all of this to this, right? And it produces those options for you. And you can say, okay, client, to see these two options, which one you like? Color green, yeah, fine. I see it's my dream. Oh yeah, give me. And that's you've arrived somewhere. So AI helps with all of these things. What's the second one? Research and user insights. Now, this one I'm not particularly directly using it for user insight, but I'm working with a marketing team that uses AI for insights, right? So AI can analyze patterns. So when we do like interviews, for instance, we've done, and the brand I work with, they typically do interviews with their customers just to understand their pain points. So when they do the interviews, and then let's say you have like 15 people that have come to tell you their life story about how their grandma died, and when they use the app, it changed their destiny, and now they are flying in the sky, that sort of thing. So when you have like 15 to 50 people that have told you all their life story, sure you want to come and read everything, to come and understand, 5 people chose color purple, 3 people chose color yellow. Do you understand? One of the things that AI does is to read through all of those beautiful memories, right? And then remove all the fluff and bring the actual data that you need. All of this things I'm saying is already normal knowledge, as I'm sure all of you know it. So let's move quickly to the ones that is personal to me. It can summarize large amount of information, help designers and developers prioritize features and user needs. Let's move on with our life. AI for research and insight. What's funny now? Hey, Chimo, I'm going backwards. AI for design execution. This is my own forte now. So I see people design and generate user wireframes with it. I'm not a product designer, by the way. I don't like you people's work. There's money there, but it's stressful. It's stressful. They say you cannot. Why can't I do a circle button? Why must it be rectangular? Which kind of rules and regulation is that one? So When I'm doing my banner, I can do anything I like, but they say I can't do anything I like in product design. I mean, I have coconut head. Imagine I now do app that the thing now flop. They will now say it's because I don't have sense. So create, using, allow me to say what I came here to say. So just use UX flows, create UI variations, plenty English, but you get what I mean. AI and development collaboration. This one is from online. Well, I don't understand it. So please, it's true, and I'm sorry, but developers can generate code. People who generate code using AI, I've seen people say that they do, right? So, see them, confessions. So, oh, there are children here. Oh, I'm so sorry. AI translates designs into components. Is that true? Yeah? No? Hi, God, I don't flop. Designers can preview functional prototypes as well. Is it true? I don't know. My tea, now Google now help me. Reduce back and because I was told I'm coming to speak to also developers, and I didn't want to like speak to only brand designers. So I added some stuff for you people here. It's like adding meat for people that don't eat fish. So reduce back and forth and increase shared understanding. Yes or no? Okay, take them. I don't give you something. Let's move on to actual the human part of it. This is me. Let's talk. So where does Adaeze as a designer come in a world where AI is now, everywhere? The goal of AI-centered products, but AI, designers must preserve wanting empathy. That's something that AI does not know. AI, apart from even empathy, experience, the human experience. If I come and you see these two, what are they calling this thing? Speaker. And I tie one with red clothes and I put one cowrie on it, like the cowrie on my head. And I put, what does it communicate to you as a Nigerian? Ma for work on, you touch, you die, right? But the other one is safe to touch. That's an experience that is a lived experience amongst us. If I carry Omorogun up, Toningari, you know that it's more than Toningari. You know that it's cane as well. Sure you get. That's a lived experience that we have. And that's the thing that you as a human being bring into whatever AI can generate. That's the experience that you bring into it. I was speaking at you this year and I was telling them that, there's an ad that I saw from Vaseline. Almost all of us have that experience of your mother. Let me not even say your parent, your mother rubbing the Vaseline into your soul, right? You'll be shining as you are leaving the house, like your future. You're shining as you're coming out. Do you get? So we have that lived experience. And then when you now come to the place of execution and you share or you add, it's like adding spice, salt, pomo, ejakika inside your stew. When you come to the place of execution and you add those experiences, somebody that is in diaspora that is also in Nigeria can relate. And now you guys have bonded over something. Now it is human, right? If you as a woman here, when they are, have you ever put eyeliner in your eye before? Like you are doing eyeliner and you mistakenly shook it inside your eye. So if I am doing an ad or a campaign or something, and I express that, you as a woman can understand, but you as a man, you cannot understand. You have not shook eyeliner in your eye before. Do you get? So I can empathize. Sorry. I swear I can be posh. All this agbero behavior I'm doing, sorry. So you can empathize as a woman. And you as God, there's an example I want to use, but there are children here. Okay, you as a man, what can you experience? Maybe billing. Let's say billing. I mean, I can empathize with billing as well. But you as a man, there's a special experience that you have with billing, right? Calm down. May God provide money for you. And the women too. So you know, say I'm doing gender consent. So that's empathy. Accessibility, right? Taking into consideration that there are some things that you experience. There's someone that is disabled or someone that has color blindness. There are some things that you experience that is not your fault. So why are people creating experiences and products and programs and whatever that doesn't include you? Something as small as that, accessibility. Do you get? So an example I can give to you, very simple example from the position of a brand designer, is a mug. You are holding a mug like this, right? Typically where you put your logo is in front here. Abi, so that when you are drinking, you can sell the market of the brand to whoever is in front of you. That's the essence. What if I'm left-handed? So I'm holding the mug like this. Now the logo is here. There's nothing in the front. It's as simple as that. Shikena, right? Then inclusivity. Inclusivity in this case has more to do with maybe including another different community. Let's say including the other gender, including another ethnicity, including another race, and so on and so forth. Then ethical clarity. That one is self-explanatory. Let's move on with our lives. So these are the questions that I like to ask personally. How does AI-powered features make users feel, right? Like when you create whatever you create with AI and you get the results, how does this tie to empathy that I mentioned earlier? Does it respect their privacy? There was a time that Adobe had, I think, something in their user terms and conditions. We know they read them. People that read is thank you, right? So they came out like, oh, people read this line. We did not read it. So is whatever you create in Adobe belongs to Adobe. Like they can use it for data, whatever English that they spoke, and people revolted. That they literally had to. If you open the software, there is on the generative AI tool, there's a small clause at the bottom that says that we know they use your data, do anything, no. They literally had to put that caveat there so that you understand that they are not using it for software. So does it respect their privacy, and does it reduce or increase cognitive load? So once again, because of your lived experience, you know what is too much for an elderly person. If there's an old person here, there's considerations for how they navigate. Let's say the building of this place now. There's consideration for how they navigate this place, right? Something as small as maybe designing a flyer, and this flyer is meant for old people. You cannot use small typography, and your typography must be legible, and your colors cannot shout too much. They've seen colors all their life. They cannot see well again. No put too many colors. Do you get? So it has to be muted. That's why you have newspapers that look like the way they do, and they are the ones that are most interested in newspapers. So that's that on that. Ethics and AI, another very important part of it. Let's yap a little bit. Designers and developers must consider bias. I've mentioned that before. Transparency, error handling, trust, and intellectual property. Important. Yeah? Examples are image models that often reflect cultural bias. There's a guy that did a flyer one time, posted it on Twitter, and everybody held him by his jugular because he was talking about one Nigeria for all, and it was only maybe like Igbo man, one Igbo man and one Yoruba woman. They're like, where's the third? It's not Wazobia. Where's the zoo inside? There's no zoo. It's only Wabia. So they dragged him, and then he went back to go and generate the full Wazobia and brought it back. And like, okay, you the hear word, we like you, right? AI also requires accountability. If the AI outputs are wrong, your designer, whoever you are still responsible. You cannot say, oh, it's ChatGPT. They cannot arrest ChatGPT. You are the one, Olokpa will carry you. You are the one that Olokpa will carry. So you cannot say it's your responsibility to make sure that you are the gate man that checks whatever AI brings out. So yeah, workflow. This is how I apply the use of AI in how I work. So first of all, I define intent. This one has nothing to do with AI now. This is the human part of things. And I have a couple of references that I wrote. I don't know, I've not said anything about them. Defining intent, meaning that you're asking yourself, like, what are the problems that I am trying to solve, right? Itemizing, you have a checklist. Oh, I'm working with this brand, but our goal is to raise 10 billion naira. You cannot raise 10 billion. Maybe you can, God will help you. Raise 10 billion naira in the first 6 months. Get 5,000 users in 2 days. Get whatever the goals are. Outline all of those things. And then use AI for exploration. Right? This is where you generate variations. This is where you generate variations of whatever you're trying to create so that you can see what works and what doesn't work. Create wireframes or even ideas. Human filtering. This is the part where you now look at what you have generated with AI. Show make sense. Abi, it did not make sense. Is it ethical? Right? Is it biased against a particular gender, a particular ethnicity, a particular race, right? A particular community, right? Because there are some insensitive stuff that you might do that it might not seem like a lot. A very good example is this, what's this sports platform? I've forgotten their name. But they wanted to be inclusive. So they created a separate Twitter account for women, for sports. So they were not using like pink glitter text, but all the people that were there were mostly men. Like, okay, you are communicating to women, but all the pictures you are seeing are men. And the only thing you are doing is, oh, girl boss, and boys man. Do you get? So the women are like, where is the woman that you're talking about? Where's the female football, the rugby, and all of those things? So that's an example of what that could look like. There was a time, I think last 4 years or 3 years, where they were doing International Women's Day, a very sensitive day. I know they post. I know like voila. So I just left it alone because it's very tricky to navigate. Even International Men's Day, before you say I'm biased, I don't suppose to put any beer. So if I not post women, I not post you. Who do you think you are? So, this I think was Atlas that posted something around a man and a woman having dinner, right? And the woman was paying with an Atlas card. Nigerians zoomed in on the card, and it was a man's name. Everywhere burst. They're like, okay, so why are you trying to say she paid, but she used her man's card? Kiniko. It was all this back and forth. Oh, but they have to delete the thing, no? Do you get? So another one is the one that I think it was Sterling Bank did, that said that they liken Jesus Christ to agege bread or something like that. And then Khan wrote to them that don't ever try. Khan said they can't. Ooh. So, but yeah, that's basically it. So human filtering is, thank you, that guy recognized genius. He recognized genius. I like that. See all of you, see him. So human filtering means that you are right there at the gate, just like that security man there. Like, okay, you're checking to make sure that, all of these things are in place. Then hybrid execution. This is where AI assists with the production of something. An example is, let's say you want to create a mock-up of whatever interface you've created. A very good way to do it, because you are selling the idea, right? When you've created the interface finish and you want to share with Mr. Client or Mrs. Client, you are selling. You are a marketer at that point. I don't know whether you are aware, because beyond saying, using designer jargons and say, the interaction interacts, the color colored, and the layout, you are trying to sell the idea of whatever you've created as a problem solver. So your ability to speak as a marketer is important, but you also need to be able to show it in a way that is attractive to them. I don't use it in collect money like bastard. See, okay, sorry, not bastard. Like, well, there are children here, God. So, listen, your ability to sell, and I have created rubbish. Even me, I know it's not rubbish. I'm aware there's rubbish. But my ability to use AI to beautify it and sell it to the client sold my rubbish, and I collected my money. So I use and buy here. But yeah, the designers add the creativity, the nuance, and the consistency. And then lastly, we have human-led polish. This is your own final judgment, and this is your emotional depth and the brand integrity. What's next? The future of AI and design. Now, AI will become it's not even will become. That's why I said a lot of what I'm coming here to say, you already know it. Do you get? In your Figma, you have Figma Make. I be Figma AI. In your Canva, you have AI. In your Photoshop, there's AI. Illustrator, there's AI. It's very small, it should be in your kitchen. But it's everywhere. Do you get? So AI has already become deeply entrenched in a lot of what we do. That's why sometimes when I see people be like, AI slop, AI this, AI that, like people that fight against it. I remember that time where people used to fight against TV. Like they would say TV is demonic. Like, let me watch small demon. Do you get? So, so now TV is in everybody's house. If you don't have TV, it's like you're poor. Do you get? So AI has become the TV of back then, where people that are fighting against it will soon recognize the fact that it's not going anywhere. The best you can do is try to ethicalize, what's that English? To make sure that it doesn't pass its boundary, right? And if you're fighting against something, you're not learning about it. Do you get? So AI will become integrated. Design will become system thinkers. I was speaking on a tweet on a space yesterday. I entered that space by 10 p.m. and I left by 5 a.m. Don't worry, I will soon go and sleep. But we are system thinkers. And I was telling them in that space last night that We have gotten to an age where your ability to use a design tool is not the only thing that sets you apart anymore. You should be able to create a system for whatever it is that you're creating, right? An example I can give to you is this. I'm working with a brand, but beyond knowing how to use Photoshop and Illustrator to create the designs, I'm also talking about color psychology. I'm talking about space design, like physical space. I'm talking about space design. I'm talking about event branding. I'm talking about print production. I'm talking about marketing. I'm talking about copywriting. I'm talking about all sorts. Sound design. I don't know about sound design, but I know how it makes me feel. So I try to incorporate what I know about feeling what I feel when I hear certain sounds into what I do, right? And so on and so forth. So prompt architects as well, understanding how prompting works, just like I mentioned earlier. Experienced curators. So you're not just a designer anymore. One of the things that when I was designing for Moonshot, one of the things that we do is, as the design team, is that we go for recce. Like we literally go to the physical space so that we can see how people navigate. Okay, when you're wait, I've not come here all this while. When you are coming from the entrance, like what do people experience? What do you see as you are going, right? Okay, as you enter, what's the first thing you see when you enter Moonshot? Is the tunnels, and then you see all the adverts on the side of the tunnels, and then when you come a little bit inside, there's the foyer area. What do people see when they get there? And then when they enter the main hall, what do they see when they get there? Those are some of the ways that you curate experiences beyond just knowing how to use the software. Now you are talking about how people navigate certain spaces. How do people know where to go? You use design to solve that problem. How do people find the toilets? How do people find each other? It was an app that was created, Woover. An app was used to say, okay, people that are interested in brand building, for instance, meet at workshop stage entrance by 2 p.m. and everybody's able to find themselves there. There's a guy that was saying that he said I've forgotten the topic he created on Woover, and it was like, oh, people that are interested in this topic, come and meet me here. And it was like, oh, maybe like 10 people, almost 60 people came to find him. It was not like, where will I put these people? So creating experiences is part of what you do, or what we will become as designers. Creative directors of AI. You are the one that will tell AI what to do and how to do it. And then you are the ones that will build the AI tools because you have used it and you understand how it works and you understand the problems that it causes. 1 minute. Quickly, key takeaways. All this English. AI enhances creativity. It doesn't replace it. You can unlock 10 times ideation and execution speed. Human-centered thinking is more important than ever. Designers and developers must collaborate through AI systems. The future belongs to those who master human AI co-creation. And IDEO, I don't know whether people know IDEO. IDEO. They have an article and even videos about how this is possible. I'm just going to dump all the references on Twitter. This is me selling my market, by the way. Follow me. So, and then you can maybe read, because there are a couple of reports that talks about AI, a couple of keynotes, and so on and so forth. Thank you. Wait, she's coming. Wait. Does anybody have questions?
Yes, we can take questions. Maybe one.
We have like 45 seconds. You spray it like wee. And my Twitter handle, Chukwu Adaeze Victor. Wait, hold on. Chukwu Adaeze, CHUKWUADAEZE. So if you see a girl with a red, just this color of my nails, like this red profile picture. Nam. You want the slide?
Yes, can we possibly get it?
See, okay, yeah, I guess. Can they give them the slide? I never thought anybody wants the slide because I don't even know what I wrote there, but yeah, go ahead. So who else has a question? Please.
Okay.
Don't ask me hard question. Don't ask me hard question. Because I heard the question, ask that last guy, and I was like,
It's not hard.
It's not hard, okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask the question like, how do you deal with clients who are against AI? For example, I got a gig, and the client was like, please don't use AI-generated images and text. So if you are given that kind of task, how do you do with it?
So in cases where there is that whatever. You can do it two ways. You can decide to hire people who are going to create those things. So, for instance, if you say, "Oh, don't use AI text," no wahala. I'm going to hire a copywriter. It's on your invoice. Do you get 100K per English? I'm going to hire. I'm going to hire an image editor, a designer, 200K per design or something like that, and it's on the invoice. And they say, no, I don't want it. I cannot pay that money. It's too expensive. So what do you want me to do? Do you get? There has to be somebody creating these things if you don't want AI to do it. On the second end, on the other end, you don't have to tell them. So you can generate it and shuffle it a little bit. So you see that, what they call it, M-dash.
Yeah.
M-dash is one of the indicators that you're using AI. I use M-dash in my text. I don't know why people have started using that, but it's there, right? So taking that part out and taking out some things that are indicators of AI, or when you generate it, you can look at it and say, okay, how can I localize this text, or how can I localize this image?
I still use AI to localize the AI text.
You are thinking like a criminal, and I like that because that's what I would do too. I will use use them AI and localize it, and then they say, "Oh, but the problem is now, how do you prove that you did not use ChatGPT to generate?" Because they say, "Okay, give us the link of the iStock kidney that you used to generate." Problem full everywhere. So, but you can charge them for it. That's what you can do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Miss Carrie,
I should go.
let's give our design queen a huge round of applause. Thank you.